everyone, my name is Junon. I have a health science background, and I'm the author of the book Truth and Empathy, How to Find Your Soulmate. And I'll put a link to the book below. This video is about the romantic compatibility between ENFPs and ESTJs. But before we dive into this topic, I would like to underline something about my book. It is written from a health science point of view, so we'll be looking at the anatomy, physiology, brain dominance, major neurotransmitters of the 16 MBTI personality types. And based on this information, you can identify your own type and know who's the best match for you, because I do advocate that like attract like. So again, this is important before you buy the book if you're interested. So let's go back to the topic at hand. What do ENFPs and ESTJs have in common? Unfortunately, not much. Besides the fact that the ENFP, although an intuitive feeler, so right brain dominant, is rather logical because they have extroverted thinking as their third function, and obviously the ESTJ has extroverted thinking as its first function. So they'll be able to understand each other logically. But besides that, they don't have much, to share, because the first issue is that the ENFP is an intuitive feeler. So in other words, these are people who are empathetic, kind, they come from the heart, and they put a lot of emphasis on their relationship, especially their romantic relationship. They're pretty soft-hearted, and so they are the type of people who like warmth, they like physical affection, and so forth. And the ESTJ is not very good at, because the ESTJ is very left brain dominant, as having extrovert thing as their first function. So these are people who are rather clumsy. They're not good at understanding the emotional sort of temperature of any situation, or to be able to read it and react accordingly. So they will feel disconnected. And also the fact that the ENFP is looking for a soulmate when it comes to romantic partner, whereas the ESTJ is looking for a helpmate, so someone to help them with their, sort of the logistical aspect of life. And the other aspect that's probably the most difficult for this type of pairing is that the ENFP has among the best energies because it's an intuitive feeler, so they are universal healers, whereas the ESTJ actually has the lowest energy of all the 16 MBTI personality types. Therefore, if they spend a lot of time together, the other people feel tired and drained being with the ESTJ. Actually, the central judges have the lowest energy, but the ESTJ, being left brain dominant and an extrovert, is at the lowest in terms of the energy that they give off. So the other challenge that the ESTJ is very much an extrovert. So in other words, they get recharged by spending time with other people, especially the fact that they are center judges. So the other personality types have better energy than them, so they do very much like to spend time in crowds. By contrast, the ENFP, although officially an extrovert, because it is an intuitive, they will function more like an introvert, because their energy is much better than most other people. So in other words, the ESTJ and the ENFP will have a hard time knowing how much time they have to spend, together, alone, or with other people. So they, are going to have a hard time compromising on that level. So based on this information, I would strongly discourage this type of couple, because the fact that, except the fact that they have like extroverted thinking as one of their first three functions. So in other words, the NFP has it as the third function, and the ESTJ has it as its first function. They pretty much don't match with any other aspect, in terms of one being right brain dominant, the other one being left brain dominant, one being, will interact or act more like an introvert because it has one of the best energies, the NFP, compared to the ESTJ, who's very much an extrovert. The fact that one wants a soulmate, the other one wants a helpmate. So on so many aspects, they won't match, especially the fact that the NFP is very warm, affectionate, so they come from the heart, whereas the ESTJ is very levered on, so they put a lot of emphasis on practicality. And the ENFP, in terms of their relationship, they have a feminine spontaneous, so they put emphasis on authenticity, whereas the ESTJ, being a masculine, orderly type of relationship style, is looking for effectiveness when it comes to their relationships. So Again, I would strongly discourage people, putting these two type of personality types together. So let me know if you agree or disagree with this romantic compatibility analysis by commenting below. If you like this video, if you learned something, please click on the like button. Also remember to click on the notification bell to be notified of other videos I'm going to be making. Subscribe to my channel, and we will talk soon.